Welcome back to HKIBC News. British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell has been convicted of sex trafficking. She faces decades in jail for recruiting young girls to be abused by convicted sex offender Jeffery Epstein. Flashlights and cameras greeted the family of Ghislaine Maxwell outside a Manhattan federal court after the verdict was announced. A jury found the former girlfriend of convicted sex offender Jeffery Epstein guilty of 5 counts of sex trafficking. 4 women testified against Maxwell during the month-long trial.
The road to justice has been far too long, but today, justice has been done. I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom. Their courage and willingness to face their abuser made today's result and this case possible.
The British socialite was accused of grooming and luring young girls, some as young as 14, into sexual relationships with Epstein. The disgraced financier took his own life in 2019 while in prison awaiting trial for abuse offenses. Prosecutors said Maxwell was an integral part of Epstein's international criminal empire, but her lawyers argued that she was made a scapegoat.
We firmly believe in Ghislaine's innocence. Obviously, we are very disappointed with the verdict. We have already started working on the appeal, and we are confident that she will be vindicated.
The lawyer for Epstein's victims hopes the verdict can bring solace to his clients and others.
And hopefully this is not just the end of one saga, but the beginning of another. And that is for all abuse victims to come forward and hold their abusers accountable in court.
60-year-old Maxwell faces up to 65 years in prison when sentenced at a date yet to be fixed. The body of anti-apartheid campaigner Archbishop Desmond Tutu is lying in state in Cape Town. His wooden coffin was carried into St. George's Cathedral, where he preached against racial injustice for many years. Mourners will file past the casket over the next 2 days to pay their respect to the Nobel Peace Prize laureate who helped end apartheid in South Africa. A state funeral will be held on New Year's Day for Tutu, who died last Sunday at the age of 90. His remains will be cremated and his ashes placed in the cathedral in remembrance of his legacy. Russian President Vladimir Putin and his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden will talk over the phone tomorrow to discuss nuclear arms control and Ukraine. The two held a video conference 3 weeks ago as Biden tried to persuade Putin to withdraw troops from Ukraine's doorstep. But the Kremlin is frustrated with Washington and its allies for refusing to provide binding security guarantees. They include keeping Kyiv out of NATO and removing U.S. missiles from Ukrainian soil. Biden is also considering meeting Putin next month when Russian and U.S. officials gather in Geneva to discuss security issues. The Hang Seng Index edged up today on a strong showing by healthcare and tech stocks. SenseTime made its debut and jumped 23% at the start. But the mainland artificial intelligence firm fell to profit-taking and ended the day 7.3% higher than its offer price of $3.85. Wuxi Biologics gained almost 3%, while food delivery platform Meituan rose 1.1%. Mainland developer Evergrande plunged 9.1% after failing to pay interest on offshore bonds. Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed up 25 points. Top 10 active stocks. Trafficking up 8 cents, Tencent down $1.40, Alibaba down 70 cents, and Meituan up $2.40. JD.com up $4.60. Wuxi Biologics up $2.55 and AIA down 15 cents. Forex trading against Hong Kong dollar. Euro is trading at 8.82, British pound at 10.52, and Australian dollar at 5.66. Over to the UK market, FTSE 100 is up 5 points. China says its status as the world's largest trading nation has been further cemented, but warned of a tough time next year. Trade Vice Minister Ren Hongbin said the value of China's imports and exports this year is expected to reach $6 trillion. That's up 20% from last year. But Ren said the spread of COVID variants could deter economic growth in many parts of the world. The disruption of supply chains and the lack of chips were among other concerns that could have an adverse impact on trade. HSBC has been given the green light to take full ownership of its life insurance joint venture on the mainland. The banking giant said it was cleared by regulators to buy the remaining 50% in HSBC Life China. The life insurance venture is based in Shanghai. It was launched 12 years ago, and its services are now available in 10 mainland cities. On to the weather now. It will be mainly fine and dry tomorrow, the last day of 2021. Temperatures range between 17 and 21 degrees. New Year's Day will start cloudy before turning pleasant. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for this Thursday night. We'll be back at 11 with more updates. I'm Sarah Wong. Thanks for joining us and take care.